is this tiny little parasite, the Varroa destructor mite. This thing isn't just some pest. It is the #1 threat to the health and, frankly, the survival of honeybee colonies across the globe. This is exactly why effective treatments are so incredibly important.
So, how do you fight back against something so pervasive? Well, for a long time, a key weapon in the beekeeper's arsenal was a really powerful chemical treatment called Apistan.
So what is Apistan really? It's basically a chemical strip. Its active ingredient is a synthetic compound called Fluvalinate. And the reason it got so popular, it's all about speed. These kinds of chemical treatments are famous for giving you fast, pretty decisive results when it comes to knocking down mite populations inside the hive.
But here's the thing about a powerful tool like this. It's only as good as how you use it. Get it wrong, and you've got problems. So, let's get practical and break down the exact method for applying Apistan. Okay, getting this right is all about precision. First off, dosage. This is crucial. You use 1 strip for every 5 frames that are covered in bees. Next up, placement. It's just as important. You have to hang the strips right between the frames, deep inside the bee cluster where they'll make the most contact. The treatment lasts for a full 6 weeks, which is designed to cover the entire mite life cycle. And finally, you have to get those strips out of there, right after those 6 weeks. Prompt removal is absolutely key to avoid overexposing the bees.
And here's a great little pro tip that can really boost your results. If you place a simple piece of cardboard or plastic on the bottom board of the hive, you can actually catch the mites as they fall off the bees. This keeps them from just climbing right back up onto another bee. Super simple, but a really smart way to increase the effectiveness of the whole treatment.
Right, now we need to talk about something serious. We're putting a chemical inside a living beehive, a hive that produces food that we eat. So yeah, the rules for safety and timing, they're not just suggestions. They are absolutely non-negotiable.
Okay, there are 4 rules you absolutely have to follow. 1. Always wear gloves when you handle these strips. It's a chemical, plain and simple. 2, and this is the big one, never use Apistan during the honey season. To keep your honey pure and safe, you need to apply the treatment at least 2 months before the main honey flow kicks off. And finally, it just works best in moderate temperatures, below about 30 degrees Celsius, which is around 86 Fahrenheit.
So for a long time, Apistan was pretty much the go-to solution. It was fast, it was powerful, and it just worked. But as people used it more and more, over time, a new and really serious problem started to creep in. And that brings us to our final and honestly, maybe the most critical part of this whole discussion. We have to talk about the hidden risks. What happens when that solution you rely on starts to fail?
And this right here is the heart of the issue. When Apistan first came out, it was a total game changer. But the Varroa mite, it's a survivor. It's basically evolution and fast forward, right? The very few mites that survive the treatment, they're the ones that reproduce, passing on those resistant genes. Over time, in many areas, mites have developed so much resistance that the treatment is now basically ineffective there. Suddenly, that powerful weapon, it's just not as sharp as it used to be.
And it's not just about resistance. There are other pretty serious risks to think about. Chemical residues can actually build up in the honey, and even more importantly, in the hive's beeswax. If you get the dosage wrong, you're not just treating the hive, you could actually be killing your bees. And maybe the scariest part? Some studies show it can actually harm the queen, slowing down her egg laying, which is a direct threat to the future of the entire colony.
This quote from our source material really just nails it. The beekeeper must be careful and precise when using chemicals inside honeybee hives. It's a powerful reminder that we're basically guardians of these incredible creatures, and every single thing we do inside that hive carries a huge responsibility.
And all of this really leaves every beekeeper with a big question to chew on. Is your mite treatment plan actually sustainable for the long-term health of your bees? It forces us to look past a single chemical fix and start thinking about a more complete, integrated approach to keeping our hives healthy. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Thanks so much for tuning in for this explainer.